But attention, I realized, was more than gestures and conversations. It was about creating moments that mattered. So the next evening, I prepared a surprise dinner at home. Not a fancy restaurant meal, but a carefully cooked dinner with her favorite dishes, her favorite pasta, freshly baked bread, and chocolate mousse for dessert. I set the table with candles, dim lights, and soft music. When she walked in, her eyes widened, a mix of surprise and delight crossing her face. "That's amazing," she whispered, and I could see the tension of the day melting away from her shoulders. We ate slowly, talking, laughing, and reminiscing about little memories, like the night we first met at the coffee shop, or the rainy evening we got caught without umbrellas and laughed until our faces hurt. Those memories weren't just nostalgia. They were reminders of the bond we had built, the attention and care that had once been effortless. The next step, however, required a little creativity. I knew that routine and predictability often dull attention, so I planned a spontaneous date night. I blindfolded her in our living room and led her to a nearby rooftop terrace. When she removed the blindfold, the skyline of Chicago stretched out before her, lights twinkling like stars. I had arranged fairy lights around the terrace, soft music playing in the background, and a small table with snacks and drinks. She gasped, "Ethan, this is incredible," she said, eyes shining. I smiled, taking her hands gently. "I wanted to remind you that you are always my world, and I never want you to feel unnoticed." We spent hours on that terrace, talking about dreams, fears, and future plans. I watched her laugh, really laugh. For the first time in weeks, without the weight of stress or distraction. That night, I realized that attention isn't something you demand. It's something you create, nurture, and express continually. But even with all this effort, attention requires subtlety, timing, and patience. One day, I noticed she was quiet, distant once again. Instead of asking immediately, I prepared a small handwritten note and slipped it into her work bag. It read, "I saw you smile at the little street musician today. I loved it. Just like I love noticing you every day." That evening, she called me unexpectedly from work. "Ethan, I found your note. I didn't realize how much it meant to me." "Thank you for noticing," she said softly. My heart swelled. This wasn't just about attention. It was about being truly seen, understood, and cherished. Over the next few weeks, I kept experimenting, small surprises, deep conversations, shared hobbies, playful teasing, and spontaneous acts of kindness. Each effort reinforced the connection, and slowly, Sophia's attention shifted naturally back toward me, not because I demanded it, but because she felt noticed, valued, and loved. One night as we sat together on the couch, her head on my shoulder, she whispered, "Ethan, you've really changed things."